the house or the room that you want to sort out but feel unmotivated to do so. We all have something that in our eyes needs doing, improving, sorting out. Some of us can do with ease because we have the habit with some things, and some of us at sometimes we don't feel motivated and see it as a big deal. We're going to see if we can break this spell. We're going to see if we can look at it with different eyes and try a different approach. When we look at something that has a lot to do, we look at it and automatically try to put it off, procrastinate, especially if we are feeling low in mood and energy or not feeling good. And we know that engaging in it only is going to make us off, makes us feel worse, at least temporarily, unless we manage to go through it until completion. So let's do this together. Yes, I'm doing this as well. So take a moment to close the eyes and breathe into the belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. First question. Do I feel at ease? Breathe in. Breathe out. Do I feel motivated? Breathe in. Breathe out. Do I want to tackle and address this in this minute? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Why do I want to do this? Breathe in. Breathe out. If you ever need more time, just pause the video. What are the benefits of doing this activity? Breathe in. Breathe out. What is likely to get on my way from doing this activity? Breathe in. Breathe out. What sort of solutions or strategies can I help to mitigate, to minimize those blocks, those challenges, those things that get on the way from doing it? can we do? We could sleep. So, what can we do? Laughing. Okay. Well, one of the strategies that we can all use is to relax the body. Relax body, relax mind. Give ourselves a moment to rest so we feel more rested and have a bit more energy. And also, if we don't have any emotional distractions trying to get our attention, then it's easy to engage in what we need to do, because the brain is not thinking, oh, dealing with this upset is a priority. Equally, if you're not overstretched physically, we have the physical energy to deal with it. So we're not adding another stress to the body, to the mind. Even though when we look at it, it might seem like an overwhelming piece of work, too much than we can cope in the moment. We certainly do not need to approach it in go big, go home, do it all in one go. We just want to start with a little good healthy habit of little and often, as far as we can manage. And sometimes it's just the 1 minute. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's a little more. We can pair the activity with something that is enjoyable, like listening to music, or singing or whistling as we go along, or doing a game. If those are too fancy, too much effort, or don't seem helpful, what about just breathing through it? Breathe in. Breathe out. What about just self-coaching, as in, I choose to do this. I want to do this. I can do this. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then have a little strategy so that we feel motivated and notice the progress. Perhaps we can divide a section into categories or sections. For instance, I want to sort the bedroom. Not much space to get in or out. It's already small as it is. Very small shoebox. And this, on top of that, all the entrances. The one entrance is full of stuff to sort out, because I don't feel interested or motivated or have the energy or is a priority. But today I'd like to sort it out, at least in part. So I'm going to divide the sections into categories. Clothes. Books. I'm looking at it. Clothes. All over the place. Books. All over the place. And bags all over the place. Looking in the distance. And things that I don't know what to do with it. Also all over the place. So if I can organize these in categories, number one will look a little bit more organized. And then it's easier to shift that block of books or clothes to one side and to clear the space. Equally, by completing a tiny little session at a time, I'm more likely, if I pay attention to feel satisfied. It's the same for you. How can you approach your area in a tiny small bite, taking a tiny small bite. Instead of looking at it, I need to sort this whole room house out, or this whole house out. Just, can you focus on one section? Can you give yourself just 5 minutes and then have a rest, just to breathe, or to enjoy a song afterwards. And while you enjoy the song, you're resting the body. And equally, you can reward yourself with a, well done, I've done it. Praise. Well done. Let's motivate ourselves. I can do this. I might not have the energy for an hour, the whole day, the whole room, but I can manage 5 minutes. And at the end of the 5 minutes, if I wish to do another 5 minutes, then I'll do so. And if I wish to take a break, I can take a 5 minutes break, then return to it. So what is going to be your reward? Is it going to be words of congratulations, or well done, or I've done it? Or is it going to be listening to your favourite song, for instance? Or just looking back at it and say, good job, it's much nicer, I sorted. I look at all this space, this tidiness, this cleanliness. So what is it going to be as a reward for you? And if you don't know, just at the end, whatever comes to mind that you want a reward to reinforce the behaviour, can do so. But often the fact that it's tidy and sorted is rewarding in itself. And what are we going to do to keep this going for the period of time that we've given to ourselves? Is this period of time realistic? If you're giving yourself the whole room or the whole hour, might not be. If you're feeling low in energy and mood, maybe it is. But only you can tell, or time can tell. But is a minute or 5 minutes realistic in terms of energy and available time and motivation? Often a minute or 5 minutes it is realistic. And if 5 is too much, 2 minutes. So let's breathe in. And breathe out. And what words of encouragement are we going to give ourselves when we are going through, perhaps feeling discouraged, or sudden overwhelm, or sad because something triggered something in us, or we feel conflicted because we don't know what to do with this item and where to put it and what. So what are we going to do when we go through those little triggers? Perhaps we can breathe through. And coach ourselves. Take it easy. We got this. We can do this. Breathe in. What are we going to say to ourselves when we're going through the feeling of feeling overwhelmed and so tired? I don't want to carry on. Well, we can give ourselves permission to stop. So if we've done our 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, then we can give ourselves permission to stop and try another time. Or choose to carry on if we feel that we are able to. Because often it's the starting that is the hardest. Once we start, it's actually not as bad. It is easier. Unless we overstretch and do too much afterwards. Breathe in. Breathe out. So when we approach it and deal with it, we're going to go cold turkey. Or are we going to go with a song in our heads, a whistle, a smile, and be grateful for the abundance? Might look a mess, but certainly is abundant. Abundant in mess, abundant in things, abundant in materials. Do we need all of these things? Question for another time, another day. But for now, our goal is to sort out, to take care, to clean, to tidy a little section. We are empowering ourselves to have the energy and the motivation, because we can do this. We can do this. I can do this. You can do this. We can do this. Let's do it. 5 minutes on the clock. And then report back. Pause. Here I am again, folding clothes again. Fui para a terra dos cowboys. Namorar uma garota de cabelo. Faz caracóis. Oh, Susana, não chores mais por mim. Vou passar a caravana. Os cowboys fazem assim. Okay, clothing is actually not too bad. It's actually the easiest part. So bring your clothes and sort them out with me. If you can do a little, just a little, then it's a little done. If you want to do your ironing, okay, feel free. Because I ain't stopping you. You go, girl. What's easier? To do stuff. I did wear that. I don't know when I went dancing, still here. So many weeks later. Just chuck. Chuck, chuck, chuck. Chuck, 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 chuck. Bad at it. Okay, so continue with your job and I'll continue with mine. And then report for progress. Reporting for progress. Sometimes we find things that we don't know quite what to do with it. And it takes quite a bit of energy, mental energy and physical energy, to decide what to do with it. And then we encounter a block. There's a block. But for now, we're not making decisions. Decision making takes energy, and it can be a little bit tensing and unrelaxing when we're struggling with energy. Where shall I put it? And if it doesn't have a home, it's even worse. So for now, we are dividing things in sections, sorting them out in piles. That's our job. Carry on. Okay. Little annoyance coming up. Yes, do not worry. When annoyance comes up, we breathe through it. In and out. Because when we are feeling a little annoyed, we block ourselves, we block our energy. Okay? And we want our energy to flow in the direction of sorting what we wanted to sort, solving what we want to solve. So something might not be quite as we wanted. It might be perhaps a little ruin, a little bit bigger than we want, but we're going to breathe through our frustration, our disappointment, and what might be perceived as bigger than we think in order to sort it out. So breathe in and breathe out. We're going to choose to connect with our resilient part, the part that breathes through the challenges and the obstacles. Breathe in. Breathe out. We can do this. You and I can do this. Can do this together. Yes? Let's give ourselves another minute or two of sorting the things we want to sort and then report back. Did you come across, how are you doing? Progressing? Well done you. Did you come across something that is confusing, you don't know what to do, and you start getting overwhelmed and tiring, and it's like, oh my gosh, why do I have all these things? Why do I have so many things? What is this? And the brain starts getting fatigued and tired. I have your back. Let's breathe through this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Start to panic. We got your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. We can do this. We're going to breathe through these challenges. Breathe in. Breathe out. We can do this. Let's give ourselves another minute. Hey. So, how are you doing? Well done for the progress so far. Now, did you come across another problem to solve? Another problem to sort it out? Worry not. We're going to breathe through it. Breathe in. Breathe out. I choose to breathe through my challenges. Breathe in. And breathe out. I can do this. And so do you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right now we don't need to sort the whole thing out. We're just dividing in categories, in areas, to break the spell of overwhelm and big. Initially it might seem like we're making a bigger mess, but we are sorting categories. And then later on we can go into the decision making, but right now we're not making a decision. We're just sorting into categories, dividing. Something that is easy for our mind and brain to comprehend and easy to access and to solve. One logical, simple task for a minute or two. Let's go. Hey, so do you realize that there's a possibility that we realize that, oh, we have too many things, I have too many things, and that's part of the problem. Okay, right now we might acknowledge that we have too many things, and that might make us feel a bit uncomfortable as to why we're not having the control to have only what is needed, only what is sufficient, so our lives can be a bit more organised and easy to organise and sort. But right now we don't need to make a decision as to what to do with this. If we're getting rid of it, if we're donating, if we're selling, and we're not deciding if we're going to stop engaging in this behaviour. Right now the exercise is simply dividing categories. When everything is sorted by categories, then we can have a look at it and then make another decision. But that's an exercise for another time. Right now, stay focused on the goal to sort out into categories. One simple task for the brain. Nice and easy. Let's breathe through. And out. I can do this, you can do this. Let's go. Another minute or so. If you got a minute or so. Well then. Is the negative is the negative thoughts start coming up? Okay. With overwhelm, too much. Don't like this, you dirty, blah, messy, blah. Too many, too much. Okay. So like, calm down. We are sorting things. We're gonna let that judgment go to one side. This is no time to judge and criticize and beat ourselves down for our choices. This is not the time to beat ourselves up, it's the time to encourage ourselves to work through this 1 minute at a time. So right now, brain, hold on to your horses. Right now we're not making an appraisal, right now we're not being judgmental. Right now we are supporting ourselves with going through this while breathing through it. Breathe in. Breathe out. We can do this. I can do this. You can do this. Let's go another minute. Go. So has the overwhelm kicked in? Yes. Calm down. Calm your horses down. I'm going to calm my horses down. Breathe in. Breathe out. We can do this. We can do this. We take a break. We take a breather to help us through. One minute at a time, and then take a breather. Breathe in. Breathe out. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go another minute. So how are you doing with your progress? So perhaps if you come across something shocking, shocking, this much dust, or this been out of place for so many months, sometimes years, and then, oh my gosh, these things, I don't know what to do with it, and becomes overwhelming. So remember, the things you really don't know what to do, put it in a box, in a plastic bag. Buy categories, buy items that are similar to sort out another time. We're just starting on the superficial level, the things that are easy, okay? Clothes, books. Those are easy, so we sort them out. And we put them into sort of categories again, okay? I've got my books divided into so many different categories. It depends what I want to read, and the same with the clothing, okay? And then the things we don't know, we're going to put it into a tray, a basket, a box to sort another time. And if you come across things that shock you and you feel disgust, oh my gosh, so much dust in that, for instance, just take it easy, take a breather, and let's not get that judgmental thought. Can't believe this has been here since 6 months ago when I last went on holiday. Okay, breathe in. It is what it is. No time for judgment. Not time to put ourselves, if we're going to put ourselves down, then we're going to feel worse. And if you feel worse, then we lose the momentum, we lose the motivation. Okay. We're going to feel disheartened, disappointed, sad, unmotivated, and those feelings do not help us to carry on through. So we're gonna go radical and accept, yeah, it's disappointing, yes, it's shocking, it is what it is, but I choose to use this energy into solving, into sorting. I was unable to do it before. I chose not to engage in it before, but now I'm choosing to engage in sorting it out, and then we choose to carry on. Now, if you want to stop by now, you can. If you want to carry on a bit more, you can. So, but we're going to breathe through if you want to carry on. Breathe in. Breathe out. Look at all the things we've done so far. Just move the mess from one side. From the floor to the bed. But in fairness, a couple of things went in the cupboard and a couple of things a bit more in a pile. So instead of a spread pile, it's more a tidy pile up pile. So making progress? Honestly, I don't know, but I hope that the momentum will carry me through to see at least some benefit at the end of this session. Okay? And I hope that the momentum will carry you through to see at least a little bit of you can go for a significant change, but for a change that is at least noticeable. If oh yeah, I've done this and I notice, and even if it's small, okay, if it's bigger even better, but if it's small, it's good enough as a starting point. Okay, even if it's just like, I'll put my jumpers away, I folded my clothing, okay, even if it's just that, so we can continue to breathe through our challenges. Breathe in and breathe out. While we take a moment to breathe, and we're resting the body and we're calming the mind and the thoughts of panic. Okay, breathe in. For someone that does things with ease, may sound ridiculous and out of place. However, if we don't have the habit, if we don't have the motivation, if we don't enjoy, we might struggle with sorting things out and putting them away. And we have too many, too much, too cluttered, and we want to hold on to everything. If you have these hoarding tendencies, then it makes our life a lot harder. So abundance is good in one hand, on the other hand it brings us some challenges in terms of space, in terms of things to sort out and put away and tidy. So we want to have just enough so we can manage things with ease, but it is what it is. So let's be grateful for the abundance, and equally let's find strategies and solutions to sort out what we have in this moment. So breathe in and breathe out. I can do this. I can continue to do this. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do I want to continue, or do I want to stop? I'm going to give it another minute or so. How about you? Do you want to continue for another minute or so? Whatever you choose is the right solution for you. Well then. I'm going to continue for another minute. Okay, I'll be back and report. Hey, are you starting to feel annoyed? That now you start getting tired and the place seems like a bigger mess, and you start not being sure if you can manage your energy levels in order to finish, in order to get the bed cleared, in order to sleep. Okay, let's take a breather. Breathe in through the overwhelm. Breathe in and breathe out. What about the alarm bells? Can I finish this? Is it too much? Okay, so we're going to look at the time and see if it's realistic to carry on or not. So you choose if you want to carry on. If you want to carry on, and if you feel that you have enough, that's good too. Breathe in. If you want to carry on, what else can you tackle for another minute or two? And go. Well done for doing your extra minute. Well done you, well done you. I've got a little confession. I've went on my minute. I was meant to go and get the vacuum cleaner, and then just remembered, oh, it's time to get dinner going, otherwise it's going to be too late. Started that, then decided to, then I bumped into Fred. It's like, oh, I didn't, totally forgotten that about this yesterday. I started nibbling on bread, and then the husband comes home with cake, which is unusual. Someone gave it to him. So what do I do? I eat the cake. So, didn't even think twice. And I should have cake before dinner. Not wrong time. Anyway, back to business. Let's do another minute. I decided that I'm gonna do a minute or two of vacuuming, or 3 or 4 or 5 max, just to get a couple of spots. Vacuum where is mostly noticeable as I move things, and then I'm gonna clear the bed because it's an area that I need access tonight. And I want to clear before it's too late, because often, I don't know about you, I put it to one side, meant to do it later, and then go about doing different things, then forget about it, and then it's time to get to bed, and I realise, oh my gosh, just the last minute before bedtime, when you're really knackered, really tired, and you realise, oh, I've totally forgot to put this away. So do another bit if you need to and want to, and also make sure that the areas that you need access today get sorted. So give yourself a break, a breathe in, breathe out. And if you need to continue another day, you can, but use some of the energy now to clear the areas, either because you need access in and out, or to sleep, or to sit down, say if it is a sofa. Okay, at least one area, so you don't have to struggle looking at it and dealing with it when you are extra tired at the end of the day. Okay, so we can do this together. Breathe in, breathe out. Another minute or two. Let's go. We can do this. Oh! Together works better. Okay, we can do this together. Breathe in. I can do this. Let's go. Back to base. Back to take a breather. So, confused perhaps? Don't know what to do next. Still looks a mess. Mess is spread, don't know what to do next. Take it easy. Let's take another moment to breathe. Breathe in. Breathe. When I don't know what to do, I take a moment. I take a breather. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So, what can I do next? That is easy and simple. Just one thing. Just the one thing. You're clearing that area, accessible area, to make this more manageable. Let's notice the progress. Let's notice the things we've done so far. Yeah. Improved. Check. Well done. Improved. Well done. Improved. Worst. Okay, let's not beat ourselves up. Sorted in categories. Well done. Now he's putting things away. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to just take one thing, put it away, give it at home. Then we take a breather, and then we take another thing and put it away. Just deal with one thing at a time, and each time we take a pause, take a breather. And if something comes logically, and easy straight away, then we pick the next logical thing. But if you start finding resistance and meeting resistance, not knowing what to do, we just take a moment to breathe. And breathe out. Let's do the next. Just the one thing that is logical. Back to base. Back to base. Let's breathe through. Did we just play things, and we have things on our way, and as a result of that we have to bend to access, making it awkward to access certain things because we have too many, and it's on the way. In order to put something away, perhaps that has a home at the back, and you have things at the front that is blocking our access, so we can't quite reach with ease, and that's annoying. Let's breathe in through the annoyance. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lesson learned. We start with the fronty access areas so that when you try to reach, it's easy on the back. And if it's easy on the back, it's easy on the energy levels. Breathe in. Breathe out. Did you perhaps knock something over and made a bigger mess? Because we keep on piling things up and then they lose their balance. And you just feel annoyed and frustrated. Not quite frustrated, but a bit annoyed. Let's breathe through that annoyance. Breathe in. Breathe out. Is it sorting out, highlighting a bigger problem that needs addressing in terms of quantity, in terms of sorting, in terms of letting go, not knowing what to do? Let's ease those thoughts for a moment while we are dealing with this, so we can stay with the task at hand and not get distracted, diverted down the path of self-destruction, beating ourselves up. Okay, yes, we need to address. Yes, we need to find solutions that are better, because right now it's not working. But now we're focusing on sorting, and we are making progress. We're sorting things out at the general level by categories, and then picking one thing that is easy to put away, and vacuuming small spots where it's more obvious that the dust has been gathered for a little longer. So it's just a quick win, a quick job, a quick win. It doesn't take much thinking. We don't have to sort out. And miscellaneous, there is a mixed bag. We don't quite know what to do. It takes too much energy. Put it in one bag, in a box, to sort at another time. Okay, we are breaking this elephant down. We are breaking this task down into manageable chunks. We're eating this big elephant one tiny bit of bite at a time. One tiny little bite at a time. We are getting through this overwhelming experience, one step, 1 minute at a time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now pause the video and let's go for another minute. What's the next logical thing? Easy, straightforward. You can pick and drop. Find a home for one thing and then the next until we need to take another breather, and then we come back to base so we can breathe together. Back to base, back to base. Breathe in. Breathe out. Well done for going this far, for doing this far, for taking things one step at a time. Notice the progress. Close your eyes and notice the progress so far. All these minutes of little things that we have done. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now one last thing for me. If you're done, well done you. Notice the progress and then start again tomorrow. Another minute at a time. Or another day, another minute at a time. I'm going to do one more thing. It involves climbing over the bed and carry the vacuum cleaner with me, because the other section of the bed is blocked with stuff. Again, too many things. So let's breathe through. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, let's not. It's not time for judgment. It's not time to put down. It's just time to assess. Can we take another minute? Can we take another breathe? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. I can do this. I'm going to reach into that corner. I'm going to vacuum that. The bed is 99% cleared. High five, yes. And is your access area clear? The main access area to your bed, to your sofa, to your entrance, whatever that is. Put things away so that you can access it easily and then leave the rest to continue another time if you need to. Okay, so look around. What is the next logical thing? Just have those thoughts. What is the one next logical thing? What is the next logical thing? What's the easy thing to put away? Easy and logical and straightforward. Let's do it. Breathe in. And let's go. Back to base, back to base. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now you're feeling annoyed that perhaps you just encounter in last minute hurdle, something get out of place, something getting a bit damaged, a bit ruined, or something where you can't quite work out how to solve it. Okay, my sliding doors out of place. These amorzinho. Back in a minute. Okay, back to the back to base, back to base, back to base, and with breathing. Take a breather. Yes, a couple of things do get on the way and quite a little annoying, and but let's not lose perspective here. Okay, here's the thing. Before we started, we had a big thing to achieve, to accomplish, to sort it out. 1 minute at a time with loads of breathing in between, and processing our frustrations, disappointments, shock, whatever that is that we might encounter. Realization that it's going to take longer than we want to or can. We managed to get a little thing done. And if every day or every 2 days or every week or every now and again we get into this good habit of, I don't have the habit, I wish I did, I don't, and I want to. I'm not quite working on the habit yet, but eventually I want to have this habit of every day, 5 minutes sorting out, because it's easier and more manageable than letting it all out. And then when we're struggling physically, mentally, emotionally, then it becomes overwhelming and harder to tackle because we don't address it. Then the problem gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it's harder. But just remember, 1 minute at a time, something simple and easy goes a long way. Equally, loads of breathing in between. calm the mind and avoid going into a spiral. To a spiral. Getting messy and messy into a spiral, out of control, panicky mode. Equally, let's look around and notice the progress we've made. And well done me, well done you, well done us. And let's give thanks to the body, the mind. Thank you, mind, for the determination. Thank you, body, for the cooperation. Thank you, conditions, for making it easy. I had the time, I had a bit more energy. It was bright and sunny, so it made it easier. And thank you to you too, because by doing this together, it did help me motivate to stay on track and to stay focused and to keep going back to days when I started losing interest. So thank you. Breathe in. Breathe out. I still have things to do, still have things to sort, and I've got piles that just get moved around every couple of months, and it's been there for more than a year. I'm not quite sure because there's no place, no room, not quite sure how to solve it, but that's another day. So you're probably left with some things that you've been dragging around, and one day perhaps we can tackle those together. The things that we struggle to let go or don't have a home. One day perhaps we'll do it together and we can go through that. But for now, let's give ourselves a pat in the back. Well done us. Well done me, well done you. We've made progress. Let's focus on the progress and what we achieved. There's more, but that's for another day, another dollar. For now, well done you. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. Breathe in. Breathe out. And let's see if we can stay on top of things. Now that the area is a bit clearer, let's see if we can keep this area as clear as possible for as long as possible. I did that with a computer table. It was covered in stuff, every inch of it. And one day I spent an hour sorting. Okay, I did swear, grunt, went through all kinds of emotions, okay, all kinds of realizations, eventually got sorted. Took me an hour and a half, and I even did write down all the process of the emotions that I came across, which were not very pleasant and comforting. But in the end was sorted, and after that I did my best, and I've been doing my best to keep it clear. So this way we can have at least one area that is clear. And I'm going to see if I can do my best to keep this entrance clear, because then it gets really shocking that, like, breathe through, squeeze your belly to get through. Yeah, so shoe boxes and hoarding don't really go very well together. But there's a lot we can do to help us, and the one simple thing is think and breathe in and breathe out. We did it. Well done. Over now. I hope that you find this helpful in some way, or at least motivated you to do a little something for 5 minutes, for 1 minute, and take a breather. But for now, it did help me, so thank you.